Hi, I'm John. Welcome to another confidential meeting of Corporations Uber Alles. As you know, the Energy Committee has been meeting behind closed doors for several months now, trying to decide if we should tell our media outlets to inform the public about peak oil. And they've asked me to share their recommendation with you, which is, in a word, no. But they've asked me to explain. Now, as you may know, this is the past, which is presently behind us, and this is the future, which is currently ahead of us. Now, oil was discovered in the past, and because there's only so much of it, it will run out in the future. Now, the people on the Oil Committee tell me that the history of oil production will look like this, with a peak here at the top when we're pumping oil as fast as we'll ever pump it, after which oil production will go down. Now, we've avoided a public panic so far by telling people that this peak is decades in the future. But as it turns out, that's actually a teeny bit untrue.
Most of the oil that we have ever produced comes out of very large fields. The largest is Ghawar in Saudi Arabia. In the United States, it was Prudhoe in East Texas. Our largest fields that, you know, just half a dozen fields provide a quarter of the world's oil. And they're all declining. North Sea is gone. Prudhoe is nearly gone. East Texas is essentially gone. That was our largest oil field except for Prudhoe. Cantarell in Mexico was the world's second largest oil field, and that's declining very sharply. And we haven't found any of these, they're called elephants, any of these really big oil fields. We haven't found them for 50 years.
So it's looking now like we passed this peak of global oil production back in 2005, meaning that from now on there will be less gasoline, plastic, and all the other stuff that's made out of oil. Now, we could lie. That was extremely effective for cigarettes and cancer and all that for years, very successful campaign. But there is one small problem. This is demand, the oil we want, and this is supply, the oil we have. In the past, demand has always been the same as supply because we've used everything we could pump. But now, because of China, India, and other countries that are not us, the demand for oil is rising really fast. So fast, in fact, that all the oil pumpers in the world can't keep up with it.
We've really maxed out on our ability to increase our system for quite a while. I mean, it really is running at on a 24/7, 365 basis. We're straining our refinery system, it's too old. We're straining our pipelines, they're too full. We have every high quality rig in the world at work, and they're too old. We are fast approaching a level where we have a real concern of shortages beginning. And what's really scary about shortages is we have no early warning system and no way to ration it to stop demand. And if motorists top up their tanks, we could basically drain the gasoline pool, effectively dry within a week.
So it doesn't matter if oil is peaked or not because we can't even meet demand anymore. Now, ordinarily this wouldn't be a problem because the law of supply and demand is poor people die and rich people get everything they want. I'm paraphrasing. But again, there's a problem. Right now, America is importing more than 60% of the oil it's using. That's almost 13 million barrels of oil a day. And the top 3 countries supplying that oil are Canada, Saudi Arabia, and Mexico. Now, Mexico's oil production is about to peak if it hasn't already. And when they need all the oil they can pump just for themselves, it's possible that they'll stop selling it to us rather than let their own people freeze in the dark. And our so-called friends in Canada with their big juicy tar sands could end up doing the same thing. We feel that the public can't handle this information without becoming upset. So the recommendation of the Energy Committee is that for now we keep everyone in the dark. But not freezing in the dark until later. Anyway, thanks for coming. And remember, it's extremely important that the public does not know anything about peak oil, and whatever you do, make sure this video doesn't get out on the internet.